First video done. Let's see what people have to say. Alright, Kevin, that's kind of mean. What? What the? Oh, come on. Mom? Alright, okay, alright. Are you happy now? Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Will Fowler. If you're new here, welcome. Happy to have you. Enjoy your stay. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Show the new guys around. Folks, this horrible, hellish year is almost over, but it's not finished. And even in a footballing year as crazy as 2020 was, there are still some awards to be handed out. In today's video, I will be giving my Team of the Year for 2020. So many players that deserve recognition. In a crazy year like this one that saw a 2.5-month layoff, it saw the craziest Champions League knockout phase that we've ever seen in the history of the competition. Insane fixture congestion, and still somehow these players managed to stay in top form from January 1st all the way until the end of the year. Before we kick this thing off though, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm shooting for 2 videos a week. Be the first person to see every single video that I come out with from now till the end of time. We'll set this thing up in a 4-3-3, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 forwards, and we'll start in goal. This one was tough right off the bat, but I went with Jan Oblak for Atletico Madrid. Oblak is, I think, the best goalkeeper on the planet. Statistically, that claim is backed up. Currently, the goalkeeper for the best defense in all of Europe's top 5 leagues at Atletico Madrid. Only 5 goals conceded from September up until now. 26 clean sheets in the calendar year 2020. That is the best in La Liga. Better than Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Better than Thibaut Courtois. Better than Manuel Neuer at Bayern Munich. Just this season, just the last 4 months or so in 2020, 2021, Oblak already 5 goals saved, and that's even more impressive when you consider this is an Atletico Madrid defense that is already the best in Europe, still only conceded 5 or 6 goals in the league, and Oblak is still plus 5.3 goals saved. Allow me to put this into perspective, how good Oblak has been this season. In 13 games for Atletico Madrid, he's conceded fewer league goals than Kepa, who's played in 3, Neto for Barcelona, who's played in 6, and Adrian, who's played in 2. Oblak's played in 13. He's conceded fewer goals than all 3 of those goalies. A massive reason why Atletico Madrid were able to claw out of 6th place at the La Liga restart last year. They've been, maybe with Bayern Munich, the best team on the planet since the coronavirus pandemic shut down football. He's been absolutely exceptional. So difficult to choose between Oblak and Manuel Neuer. Neuer's got the trophies. Oblak has the talent and the individual statistics to back it up. Jan Oblak is my Team of the Year goalkeeper for 2020. Let's go to left back now. My Team of the Year left back is Liverpool's Andy Robertson, somebody who I think is the best left back in the world and is not particularly close. Maybe you can make an argument for Bayern's Alphonso Davies, but what Robertson does so well is everything. He's so well-rounded at that left back position. We all know how dangerous he is going forward. He's a massive part. Him along with Trent Alexander-Arnold are massive parts of this Liverpool scheme that involves attacking fullbacks, getting high up the pitch, whipping in crosses. 12 assists for Robertson in 2020. That's 3rd among fullbacks, only behind Jordi Alba and Juan Cuadrado, who are both, Cuadrado is a winger turned into a fullback, and Alba is obviously such an attack-minded fullback that's understandable. Andy Robertson, so well-rounded at the left-back spot. Obviously, we all know him, and what separates him from the rest is his attacking ability, but what separates him from other attacking-minded left backs is that he also can defend. Alphonso Davies is an exceptional attacking fullback, doesn't track back as well as Andy Robertson does. Liverpool just posted one of the best defensive records in the Premier League in recent history. Robertson is a massive piece of that, has the entire left flank on lock when he's on the pitch for Liverpool. Let's go to the first center back slot now. This is a guy who we might be talking about as being a Team of the Year center back. until he's 50. Who knows? That's how consistent he's been. It's not Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk. It's Real Madrid's Sergio Ramos, somebody who, even in an age where attacking fullbacks and attacking center backs are becoming the norm, Ramos still stands out for this Real Madrid side. Second leading goal scorer for Real Madrid behind Karim Benzema last season. This is a team with plenty of attacking talent. Isco, Marco Asensio, Vinicius, and Sergio Ramos was their second leading goal scorer. That's a testament to just how dangerous he is defensively and in attack. But that's obviously not all that he does. He's the driving force of a Real Madrid defense that A, just won La Liga, and B, posted the best defensive record in La Liga for the calendar year 2019-2020. We can see how much of an impact he has for Real Madrid. Obviously, he wears the captain's armband, but there have been times in this calendar year where Sergio Ramos has not been on the pitch, whether it be due to injury or due to suspension, and this team looks significantly worse. Now, maybe that's something you can knock him for, the fact that his discipline is poor, and that's true. He does tend to rack up cards, but if we're talking about a player's impact on the pitch, Sergio Ramos is the Real Madrid's most important player, obviously, and he will be until he chooses to leave the Bernabeu. That is how good he is, and that is how much Real Madrid need him in defense and in attack. 11 goals he scored, and that's higher than some players we expect to consistently find the back of the net. That's more goals than Nicola Oyarzabal for Real Sociedad, and that's more goals than Antoine Griezmann scored at Barcelona last season, and they weren't flukes either. 11 goals he scored, 10.2 XG. So it wasn't him just having cracks from 40 yards out and getting lucky. It was him getting into positions to score, scoring, and obviously we sprinkle some penalties in there as well. But everybody scores penalties. Every good player is good from the spot. Sergio Ramos is my number one center back in the team of the year. My second center back is somebody who wasn't even playing the position 24 months ago, and that's Bayern Munich's David Alaba. This guy's story is so much fun. The way his career has unfolded. He was a left back, a world-class left back some years ago for Bayern Munich, gets thrust into a massively important starting center back role with the departure of Mats Hummels to Borussia Dortmund. With the injury to Niklas Süle, he gets thrust in that center back role alongside Jerome Boateng and is basically told, go and play well. That is exactly what he did. Became one of the Bundesliga's most progressive center backs in a Bayern side that is already so attack-minded, led the team in passes into the final third, led the team in progressive passes, and again, this was a team that scored 100 goals in the Bundesliga last year and ran through the Champions League. David Alaba was a central part of that, especially considering Jerome Boateng is 33 years old. His form was declining rapidly as the season progressed, and we saw Alaba's role take an even bigger step up in the Champions League final when Boateng had to be taken off due to injury on 30 minutes. David Alaba was the best player in the Bundesliga's best defense. It's really as simple as that, and it's even more fascinating when you understand the trajectory his career has taken from world-class left back to world-class center back, making things look easy anywhere he plays for Bayern Munich, and that's why he's in the team of the year. To right back we go now. We talked about Andy Robertson at left back. It would be wrong not to mention his buddy playing on the other side for Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just 22 years old and already one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world at his position. So important to this Liverpool attack, or you can argue maybe the most important in the side behind Mohamed Salah and Jordan Henderson. He gets all the way up the right flank, whips in a dangerous cross, can put a ball in from anywhere. He's so good at picking out passes, people are telling him to play in central midfield. That's how good he is. He's consistently excellent in link-up play for the Premier League champions as well. Maybe the one knock you can give Trent Alexander-Arnold is that he's not great tracking back, he's not great defending, but even still, and I know this may sound lazy, that's not really what he's asked to do in this Liverpool side. That's not exactly his role. Jurgen Klopp is not putting Trent Alexander-Arnold on the pitch to defend. He's putting Trent Alexander-Arnold on the pitch to get forward, whip crosses into the box, and he's one of the best in the world at doing that. Arguably the most dangerous attacking fullback in world football right now. That's why he's in my team of the year at right back. Moving to the midfield, starting with the defensive midfield, my team of the year defensive midfielder is Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich. We're talking about a Bayern Munich side with Robert Lewandowski, with Manuel Neuer, with Serge Gnabry, Thomas Müller, we'll get to him later, and even still, Kimmich may be the most important player in this Bayern Munich treble-winning side. People forget this guy was a world-class right back in Bundesliga 2 or 3 years ago. Now he's a world-class defensive midfielder, world-class at 2 different positions is Joshua Kimmich, and he really does everything for this Bayern side that you could possibly ask him to do, and then some. 4 goals, 7 assists from holding midfield this season, an excellent output from somebody playing in his role, but he also is so good defensively, screening for that back line. He does all the dirty work, he gets in passing lanes, he puts in tackles. I genuinely believe, and this is not a knock on Bayern Munich, but I genuinely believe if Joshua Kimmich was playing for Liverpool or another big Premier League side or Real Madrid or Barcelona, we're talking about him not only as the best midfielder on the planet, we're talking about him as maybe one of the best defensive midfielders in the last 20 years. That's how good he is for Bayern Munich. That's how important he is for a side that just ran through every single competition they played in, and he does it in the big moments as well. He assisted Kingsley Coman's goal in the Champions League final, had 2 assists in the Champions League semi-final against Leipzig, and he scored that goal against Borussia Dortmund in the Der Klassiker after the Bundesliga restart. This guy is clutch. This guy does everything necessary and then some for somebody playing in his role. He was the first midfielder that I penciled into this team of the year. There have been some really good attacking midfielders, some guys who rack up goals, rack up assists, and we'll get to them a little bit later. But Joshua Kimmich, for me, has been the best midfielder on the planet, pound for pound, since January 1st. You know, I hate to pick so many Bayern Munich players, but when you've got a team who ran through every single competition they played in last season, whether it be the Bundesliga, whether it be the DFB Pokal, whether it be the Champions League, or anything else, when you've got a team that just stampedes through everything, a few other players are going to make their way into your team of the year. My second midfielder in my team of the year is Bayern's Thomas Müller. Everybody thought that this dude was finished 2 years ago. And then what does he do? He only goes and becomes one of the best and most creative attacking midfielders on the entire planet. In the year 2020, between the Bundesliga and the Champions League, 37 goal involvements. That's more than Erling Haaland. That's more than Kylian Mbappe. That's more than Kevin De Bruyne. That's more than Harry Kane. This guy shattered the single-season assist record for the Bundesliga a season ago in 2019-2020. 21 assists in league play last season. He's already got 7 this year, which leads the Bundesliga again, go figure, 9 across all competitions. The Raumdeuter, which is definitely the name of his position and not some random German car brand. It's okay if you don't know what that position entails. I still kind of don't. Was absolutely Bayern's most important player in attack this season. He's part of the reason why Robert Lewandowski was so good and the Ballon d'Or favorite before the award ceremony was canceled. It says a lot when a player's worst moment of the entire year was this super awkward press conference moment that gets funnier every single time I watch it. Roll the tape.
Yeah, we in Bayern, we have Robert Lewandowski. You know, Robert Lewandowski.
Horrible and unfunny puns aside, Thomas Müller, absolutely a Team of the Year midfielder. My final midfielder, and this one hurts, Bruno Fernandes. Putting aside the painful reality that he was actually closer to signing with Spurs than he was to Manchester United at some point, Bruno Fernandes has been arguably the world's best number 10 since he made the move to Old Trafford in January. 41 goal involvements, 25 goals, and 16 assists in 39 games for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side. He's really become the creative genius and the playmaker that Manchester United were crying out for years and years. He's come in and he's taken on that role delightfully. He does everything for this Manchester United side. He can drop deep and carry the ball up the pitch. He can make darting runs off the last defender. He can put a cross in from wide. He can find somebody from a central position. He really is everything for Manchester United. Similar to Sergio Ramos, we see how dead this United side are when Bruno Fernandes is not on the pitch, which is such a testament to how impactful and how important he is to this Manchester United side, because he's only been there for less than 12 months and he's already taken on the biggest role in this United team. He's worn the captain's armband already. This is a guy who everyone has an agenda against. Bruno Fernandes, whatever. Shut the up, okay? Bruno Fernandes is an incredible attacking midfielder, and you certainly could make the argument that he's been the best of the last 12 months. To the forwards we will go now. This one was easy for me, fellas. Number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo for Juventus. This guy is still doing it at age 35. Everyone thought he was going to fall off a cliff when he left Real Madrid. Didn't get off to the hottest start at Juventus, if you remember a couple seasons ago. But this guy has been popping goals in like it's nothing, especially since the turn of the new year. He clawed his way back up the Serie A Golden Boot chart in 2019-2020. I believe when the season stopped, when Serie A stopped, he was 7 or 8 goals behind Ciro Immobile at the top of the list, and he ended on top. It was unbelievable how hot he was from March, or I suppose May, when the season restarted, up until the end of the year. He's doing it again now. At one point this season, he scored in 11 straight Serie A matches, missed one, and then scored in the next 6. Goals in 17 of 18 matches. He is so unbelievably consistent for this Juventus side. Still, sure, he's playing a lesser role than what he played at Real Madrid, but at Juventus, his job is to put the ball in the back of the net. That's exactly what he's doing. Maybe still the most lethal finisher on the planet. You can certainly make a case for Robert Lewandowski, who we'll get into in a minute. But for now, Cristiano for Juventus, until he retires, I think will be a team of the year forward. Everyone's constantly asking, when's he going to slow down? When's he going to stop? He's not, very simply. He will not until he chooses to. That's the kind of player, that's the kind of machine that Cristiano Ronaldo is. And oh, by the way, currently leads Serie A in goals scored with 12. He's a top player, having a top calendar year, and he deserves a spot in the team of the year. Forward number 2 is Lionel Messi. If this was anybody else, I mean, if you took Messi's stats from the calendar year 2020 and assigned them to anybody else not named Cristiano Ronaldo, we're talking about a player who's probably the first name in this team of the year team sheet. It's just because we're so used to seeing Messi consistently just amaze us and wow us. The fact that he didn't do anything massive in 2020 is kind of giving him a bad rap when it really shouldn't. He quietly posted one of the best years of his career, seriously. 48 goal involvements, 23 goals, 25 assists in La Liga and the Champions League. And by the way, he's doing it with a supporting cast of children. He's doing it with Pedri and with Ansu Fati and with Francisco Trincao. I mean, it's so many young players in this team who are not bad, to be fair, but it's not the Luis Suarez and the Neymar and the Busquets and the Iniesta and the Xavis that we're so used to seeing him do it with. He's taking on a whole new supporting role, and he's still putting up incredible numbers. He's responsible for every single facet of this Barcelona attack. That is not hyperbole. He leads the team. Let me put the list up. He leads the team in shots on target, free kicks, corners, penalties, chances created, key passes into the final third, and progressive passes. Obviously minutes also. He is the reason why Barcelona are not sitting near the relegation zone. I mean, he is so crucial to everything Barcelona want to do, and the numbers suggest that. He is still, with the ball at his foot, one of the silkiest footballers on the planet. It is unbelievable. Watching that man with a ball at his foot, it is art whenever this man steps onto the pitch. Absolutely a team of the year forward, Lionel Messi. Even if he won't be a unanimous decision for everybody else, I think it's obvious. If you take Lionel Messi's stats and give them to any other player, you're talking about him as the first name on this team of the year team sheet. It's only because it's Lionel that we're not talking about him as a unanimous pick. Finally, the obvious one. I don't really need to talk about this one for very long because this is a foregone conclusion. Robert Lewandowski is my third and final striker. A guy who won everything there is to win. Champions League winner, Champions League Golden Boot, Champions League assist leader, Bundesliga winner, Bundesliga Golden Boot, DFB Pokal winner, DFB Pokal Golden Boot, number 1 in the goal top 50, number 1 in the London's finest top 100 strikers. Not officially, we haven't done that list yet, but I can assume that we're all going to put Robert Lewandowski number 1. Led all of Europe with 40 goals in the Bundesliga and in the Champions League. This dude is a serial goal scorer. In the calendar year of 2020, this will put things into perspective how good he's been for Bayern Munich. He had more games with multiple goals than he did with no goals. 12 games with 2+ goals, 8 games he was held off the score sheet. This guy is as automatic as they come from the striker position. He was already one of the best strikers on the planet. We understood that before this season, and he somehow went and exceeded our expectations. The only thing, literally the only thing he did not win this season was the Ballon d'Or, and it's because they canceled it. The fact of the matter is, Robert Lewandowski, we're not going to acknowledge it as such because of recency bias, but Robert Lewandowski has just posted one of, if not the best seasons for an out-and-out striker in recent history. If he's not in your team, if he's not the first name on your team of the year sheet, I want some of what you're having, because this guy is as close to unanimous, as close to a sure thing in a team like this as they come. Robert Lewandowski, my third and final, and in my eyes, the most impressive forward on my team of the year list. So there you have it, my team of the year for a crazy 2020. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, if you think I left anybody out. There were so many players to consider. So many players had good calendar years in spite of the circumstances they were dealt. It really was so difficult to just single out 11. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm shooting for 2 videos a week, so be the first person to see every single video that I come out with. Also, follow me on Twitter at WillFowler5. Follow London's Finest on Twitter at London's Finest QU. London's Finest is the show that me and 2 of my buddies do. We basically do this exact same thing 3 days a week on Twitter, on Periscope. I'll link everything in the description below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.